What's up? What's up? I got a new device. So I'm hoping y'all can hear me. I am a minute early, so I'm going to basically checking my mic. If someone come in, go ahead and give a thumbs up if you can hear it. But welcome to the Redefine Me channel. This is Tasha checking in with another video. This is going to be part 2 to my review of the presidential debate between Trump and Biden that happened on this past Thursday. So come on in, let's talk about it. Make sure a couple of rules. Be respectful, okay? I am very, very aware that this is a hot topic. I'm very, very aware that it can create some type of sensitivities, emotions, things like that. But we are all adults and we can have a conversation about these things respectfully. So make sure y'all drop in the comments you all thoughts and opinions, but do it in a very respectful manner. Okay. So it's 5 o'clock, and hopefully YouTube is going to let all of my subscribers and people that are not subscribed know that I'm on and we are discussing this topic. So first and foremost, when you come in the room, go ahead and like this video, comment in the comment section, and most importantly, subscribe to the Redefine Me channel. We have a good time over here. So I decided that on Sundays, I'm going to go ahead and just do watch it with me type of situation where I'm going to review different movies, different shows, anything that has happened. I'm going to go ahead and review those on Sunday. And so until Love After Lockup comes back on, which is the show that I love to review. So I got this new microphone. It's clipped on my shirt. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. If y'all can't, I'm probably going to hold it because I feel like it's dragging down. I feel like it's dragging down my shirt, and I ain't trying to flash nobody. Okay, so had a couple of feedback, right? I did it on my lunch break and I did it on Friday, and we talked about it a little bit, but I didn't have much time. So I'm off today. So I'm coming back with a part 2 to the debate and my thoughts about it. And you all definitely can sound off in the comments about it as well. Let me make sure my volume is up on my phone. Okay. So definitely I hope y'all can hear me. Like I said, I have a new device, a little microphone, as y'all can see, and so I had it clipped on my shirt, but it was dragging my shirt down, so I'm just gonna hold the mic, okay? Because we evolving over here at the Redefine Me channel, baby steps. So now I have a little microphone, so hopefully y'all can hear me better and more clear and things like that. Okay, so make sure y'all giving this video a thumbs up and let's get into this debate. Okay, so if y'all watch the debate, I'm going to give y'all my thoughts. I'm going to touch on a couple of pointers. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, and we're going to talk about it. So first and foremost, the debate came on Thursday. It came on Thursday on CNN. People were not allowed to come in. They had 2 moderators. The moderators asked each candidate questions. They responded to these questions. When a person was not talking, their microphone was muted. I thought that the debate was a very I thought the debate it had more class, for lack of better words, than the first debate did. There was not a lot of interrupting and things like that, and points were said. I feel that lies was spit out on both sides, on Trump's side and on Biden's side. And I got some pushback from some folks in my comments from the first video, and they was like, what lies did Trump say? So, being the college graduate person that I am that love to take notes, I went and dug up some notes from apnews.com about some of the lies that Trump did say. Now, I'm not saying that I'm against Trump. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there were some untruths that he did say. What's going on, Scotchman? I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. If I'm wrong, I apologize. It was a CNN mess. So you think it was a mess? Y'all drop in the comments what y'all think about the debate. I don't think it was that much of a mess. I think the responses to the questions was a mess on both sides. I think a lot Trump was deflecting. I think Biden was deflecting. I don't think they answer like a straight on question. Like if I ask you, what's the weather outside, right? What's going on, Philly? Thank you. Love the background, Auntie. Thank you for liking the video. Nobody talks about Biden lies. That is true. And I wrote down one of his lies that I did see on there, but the AP News, I don't know if they're more Biden prone because they didn't put out a lot of his lies, but he did say some untruths as well, and we're gonna get into that as well. They didn't answer questions straight up. Like if I ask you what's the weather outside, right? I want you to be able to say it's sunny outside. Right? It's sunny outside, you know? So, what's up, Arturo Hernandez? Welcome. What's up, Kings? Left or right? All right, can y'all hear me? Testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Am I muted? I'm sorry, Albert. If y'all can hear me now, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Yeah. Okay, testing. Can you all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Say yes if y'all can hear me in the comments or give me a thumbs up. I got a new microphone. So, with new things, you got to work out the kinks. Yes, you can hear me. Okay. Thank you, Albert. Thank you, Alberto. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's get into it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So I was asking a question. What side are you all on? Yes, you can hear me. Okay. Great. I told you all that I am indecisive. Just because some people think just because you are an African American individual that you have to be Democrat. I've heard this all my life. They feel like if you're not a Democrat and you're black, then something's wrong with you. I have grown up and I've always had my own mind and my own thoughts, and I am not a Democrat. However, I am not a Republican. I am for whoever is going to push our economy in the right direction. As far as what they say, their actions, the way they carry themselves. What's up, Malia? I am not one of those people who is picking. I know, Albert. Oh no, politics. I am not one of those people that would let someone tell me who I should vote for, what I should do, what I should believe in. I am one that's going to go with the facts and go with the person. And we're going to talk about it. So we're going to talk about the debate. Part one of my video, I did it on Friday. If y'all missed it, go and check it out. But we're going to get into the topics on the part two of this video, okay? Because we talked about some other things on part one. I took notes. Yes, I did. While I was at work, I was able to take some notes. And so we're going to go down some things that they talked about. The first thing we're going to talk about, and let me just say this. So if y'all don't know, Biden is 81 years old. 81 years old. Shout out to all my elderly folks, right? If you live long enough, you're going to have to get older. So I'm not hating on the fact that he's 81 years old, because there are a lot of 81 years old individuals that can talk, walk, speak well, that can, go forward. They're living their best life. However, Biden on this debate did not show himself as being one of those 81-year-olds that could lead our country, the United States, for another 4 years. Real talk, if he gets elected again, he's going to be 86 years old by the time he leaves office. He barely could talk and walk on this debate. It was ridiculous. The fact that Trump is 78 and was able to carry on and have a conversation like me and you are having right now was just startling. And I don't want to judge them because everybody is different. Some people metabolism and health is different and things like that. So you can't really judge that. And Trump is a little younger than him. But I believe because of Trump's background in business and being able to put certain things together allows him to be able to carry on in conversation and conduct himself in these type of arenas better than Biden was. Okay, what's up, number? How did you get to these two options? I don't know what you're talking about, Trump and Biden. But okay, so if y'all don't know, these are the two candidates that are running for president for the United States of America. And what's crazy to me, and y'all drop in the comments, remember when Trump was running for president the first time, how the Democrats had like 15 people that was running against this man. And I'm thinking to myself, so the best that y'all could do, Democrats, was let Biden come out and represent you all up against this man that is a powerhouse in the way that he can debate, the way that he can talk. Everybody knows that Trump is going to give it to you. He is not going to back down. He's going to say what he needs to say. And some of the time when he says certain things, it may not be politically correct. And he may not say it in the way that is for all of these wimpy generation people. He may not say it nicely, but he's going to say some things. And the fact that Joe Biden during the debate, he kept pausing, stuttering. He looked very confused a lot of the times. And so I was watching it and I said, wow, I'm a little concerned. But let's get into one of the topics that they did talk about. So the moderator, which was hold on, y'all, let me get their names. It was Jack Tapper and Dana, I forgot her last name. Okay, so they asked about the foreign policies between Russia and Ukraine, right? And so Trump's answer was, "Vets can't stand Putin. If Putin respected Biden, he would not have invaded Ukraine." I felt like Trump had a point. I felt like he had a point. I feel like when Trump was in office, a lot of these dictators respected him to a certain degree. A lot of people was trying to figure out Trump's first term, why he went and met with Kim Jong-un or why he went and met with Putin. I believe he was meeting with them so that he can say, this is who I am, and he can put some things in order so that they would not come together and try to attack America. If y'all notice, if y'all watched my lunchtime language video a couple of weeks back, I talked about how Kim Jong-un, and who is the dictator for North Korea, and Putin, who is the dictator for Russia, the leaders, they are leaders of those countries. They came together and had a meeting, and that was the first meeting that they had in over 20 years. If you all don't think that that is troubling and a little scary, then you need to come out from under the rock that you're hiding under, because if those two get together and decide to be allies, we could very well find ourselves in a war. And I don't want a leader of my country that is stuttering, that can barely move, that can barely walk, and he is up, and they look at that. They look at your leaders and see them as weak. And these other countries will come up against your country if they think your leader is weak and try to dominate and take over. That's just my opinion. Now, y'all can drop y'all opinions in the comments, and shout out to the replay watchers and let me know what y'all think. So they asked about that. Trump made that point, and I do believe that Putin, along with Kim Jong-un, along with some of these other leaders in these countries, do not respect Biden. They look at him as this weak, elderly man that cannot lead this country. And I did agree with Trump on that. Moving on to next, what he said. Trump also made a point, and we're talking about the foreign policies. They were talking about that. Trump also made a point. He said that terrorists was broke under him, that they were broke under him. He said that the money that we are sending that we are spending on Russia versus Ukraine war is ridiculous. I can agree with that. When Biden sent billions, either billions or trillions to Ukraine to help them fight the war against Russia, when he did that, I lost all respect a little bit for Biden, because here I am as an American citizen and I want my student loans forgiven. I'm sick of inflation over here. It's ridiculous how high it has become for the everyday working American citizen. And we are struggling, some of us, and it's ridiculous how you go and send money to these other countries so that they can fight their wars. Let them take care of their mess, and we over here take care of our mess. Yes, I know they may call upon the US for some help. I'm not saying you can't help anybody, but why does the US have to always bail somebody out of a situation? Why we always got to send our troops somewhere? Why are we always sending money to help out somebody? I just And while we're over here, a two family household going to the grocery store, spending over $200, you put the food up and you trying to figure out what the heck did I just spend over $200 on? Or you going and paying rent at mortgage prices. Why is my rent 16 something, 18 something for a one bedroom apartment in the South? In the South. So my thing is, Biden, why are you not looking into these issues of the everyday people? But then you want the everyday people to vote for you. And I just have an issue with that. Let's move on. Let's see. Biden came to Trump and he said the comment that Putin is a war criminal. He wants Ukraine. Money we are giving is from weapons that we make. So Biden was making the claim that the money that he's giving to Ukraine is from weapons that we make and sell or whatever, that it is not affecting our economy, basically. And I think that's a lie. I really do think that is a lie. I think that's lie number one that Biden has told. You're sending money over there, right? Because you know that if Russia overthrows Ukraine, if they dominate Ukraine, right? Biden knows that he can't stand up against Russia. So he wants the weaker country to take providence or overthrow Russia so that he can now say, okay, now I have an ally in Ukraine and all of this. You have to think deeper about what he's doing with the money. Everything has a plot and a ploy with it. It's not just black and white, right? But who really thinks that Ukraine is going to defeat Russia in a war? Not me. Not me. You sending them all this money, and I really do not think that Ukraine is going to win up against a war against Russia. That's crazy talk to me. But that's why he said that he sent the money, and that's where he said the money had came from. Then they get into talking about the Middle East crisis. So now we're talking about Israeli and Hamas situation, right? So Biden said that he traded hostages for a ceasefire, because they're asking how what efforts would you all think is going to stop the war over in Israel, over in the Middle East, between Israel and Hamas. In my opinion, I don't think there is going to be a ceasefire over there, because that land over there, the Gaza Strip, what's going on, learning the world? A woman interested in war and politics, not very common. You got my attention. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, I'm very interested in politics. I'm very interested in history and things of that nature. While I don't know everything, when I don't know, I try to go read and educate myself and find out about the topics, because even the Bible says my people perish for a lack of knowledge. So if you don't know what's going on in the world, then you're going to perish. You're going to be out here thinking that you have to live a certain way or you have to vote for a certain person, but it doesn't have to be that way. So yeah, I appreciate your comment. Yes, thank you for liking the mine. I credit it to God and to my parents. But we were talking about Middle East, Israeli and Hamas. So what it is that they're fighting over this land, right? Gaza. We all heard about it for years. They've been fighting over the Gaza Strip, right? And what's crazy is that that land was promised to Israel. Israel is God's chosen people, and so Hamas is trying to come and overthrow Israel because they're like, nah, why should y'all have the land? But what they're forgetting is go back to the Bible and read your word. That's their land, but they do not want to surrender the land to Israel. And so now they're over there fighting over who gets the land, who gets this, who gets that. And so that is the big reason why this war is really happening. It's over the land, right? And so Biden said that he traded hostages for a ceasefire. This is what he thinks will create the ceasefire, y'all. So he said Hamas cannot be allowed to continue. They should be stopped. Strength lies in allies. Think about that for a minute. Think about what he just said. Strength lies in allies. They have to be stopped. That shows you the mindset that Biden has. He wants allies. It doesn't matter what elbows he have to rub, how much money he has to send, what he has to do. He wants allies at the end of the day because he wants to ensure that America is going to be this strong, non-overthrowing, uh, um, place where people are afraid of. And so he wants these allies, right? The only thing he think is going to stop a ceasefire is trading hostages. You're dealing with Hamas, who is a terrorist group who has groomed their children from the time they were born up into adulthood to be able to have no emotion, not care, to fight and not care about anybody else, anything else, or what happens. And you mean to tell me you're, as the president, only thing you're going to think that these terrorist group of people is going to understand is trading hostages? Child, get out of here. I said, boy, we are. So Trump said, why don't we ask other countries to put up some money? Why are we always paying everyone's bill? Trump would get me to laugh every time, right? He had a point. However, neither one of them really answered the question as to what their remedy would be to create a ceasefire. In my opinion, there is no answer to the question. Middle East is going to take care of Middle East. U.S., get out of it. We don't have nothing to do with this. Unless they have U.S. hostages over there, then yes, we need to get involved. But you need to have a strategic plan on how to get the hostages, not just say we're going to just trade hostages because we want allies. That is not going to work with going up against daggone terrorist group. It's just not. So I was just like, Biden. Anyway, moving on to the next topic, right? So they asked about January 6th. So if y'all don't know about January 6th, that was the day that Biden was about to be signed into office as the president, right? And so Trump was holding another rally, and a lot of his supporters were there, thousands of people, right? And they are claiming that Trump hyped these people up to go to the Capitol and to snatch the votes back or something they were trying to say, that he was hyping these people up, right? We have to be very careful about the generation that we live in, about media will when Trump said fake news, people made a joke about it, but let me tell y'all something. The media will paint a picture and show y'all what they want to show y'all. Everything is not black and white. You cannot believe everything you see, and you can't even believe half of what you hear sometimes. So you have to, that's why it's important that you ask God to give you a mind and have you discern things for yourself. Because if you get on this gravy train with the media, then you will end up falling into these pit holes and these rabbit holes with them and believing everything they say. They show you what they want to show you. They're not going to show you what's really happening in the world, because it would create a mass panic and people would be going crazy. So you're correct. Thank you, Learning the World. So They talked about January 6th. And I say all that to say that the media was making it seem like Trump was the reason all of this happened. And it's like, how can Trump control thousands of people? Now, I know you can give a speech and hype some people up, but he did not literally tell them people to go down the street to the Capitol and raid it, right? So Trump says, they asked about it. He said that on January 6th, he had good border protection, lower taxes. He said he didn't really answer the question. I guess they were trying to figure out, did he hype the people up, right? Which he didn't. And he said that he didn't. So what Trump, when he answered it, he said it was a small, this is line number one with Trump, right? He said, and I looked it up because it was some people that was in my comments the last video, and they was like, "What did Trump lie about?" Blah 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 blah. And again, I'm not a Biden fan. I'm not a Trump fan. I'm still trying to figure out who it is I'm going to vote for. I'm just letting y'all know where my mind is sitting at, right? So, according to AP News, right, on January 6th, Trump said it was a small number of people that went to the Capitol and in many cases were ushered in by the police. This is word for word, verbatim, what he said on a debate, right? And so the fact is, this is what happened. Now, even if we didn't know the fact, okay, my mic is, whoop, my mic is back. Can y'all hear me? I think it needs to be charged. If it needs to be charged, I'm hoping it doesn't. Come on, Mike. All right, can y'all hear me? Give me a thumbs up if y'all can hear me. I'm not going to go on unless y'all can hear me. I hope y'all can hear me. Give me a thumbs up if y'all can hear me. Please. What's up, Joe? If y'all can hear me, just give me a thumbs up. That's all I need. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Yes, okay, you can hear me. All right, I had to take the mic off, y'all, because I think it needs to be charged, and my silly self didn't charge it. I just opened up the box and used it. I should have went ahead and charged it before I went live, but it's cool. Let's continue to talk. So, like I said, I'm from Washington, D.C. I used to work around the Capitol, right? Back in the day, you used to see Capitol police with big rifles strapped to them, walking up and down the Capitol, securing that area because the Capitol is where the Senate meets. That's where all of the big wigs go. They make all the decisions. They're on the Senate floor. They're talking about issues of the world, things like that. And so the last thing that anyone was going to do is get even slightly close to the Capitol without some gun violence. Let's put it like that. So on January 6th, all of these crazy people decided to storm the Capitol. Now, I feel a way, I feel certain things about it because I feel like it could have been an inside job too. Because growing up there and what I know about somebody getting close to the Capitol, it's not happening, right? It wasn't happening back then. The fact that all these thousands of people, now I could say this, the thousands of people might have scared the military guys or the Capitol Police that was out there, and so they kind of maybe said this is too much for us to handle, right? But we all saw with our own eyes that these people were climbing through windows, they were storming the in the front. Everything was going on. So it was not a small group of people like Trump is trying to make it seem like. That's lie number one. It was thousands of people that stormed the Capitol that was going after these votes. I guess they thought they were going to change the mind or rip up the votes, but it still wasn't going to matter because he was the president at that point. So I don't know what they thought they were going to do. But that's lie number one with Trump. So the people who was in my comments who's like, what did he lie about? That's number one. That's number one, but let's keep it pushing. So we're talking about January 6th. That's why I brought that up. Biden said Trump encouraged the people. This was his response. He said Trump is a convicted felon and will... I knew he was going to bring up the felon stuff, right? I knew it. I said, I watch you going to bring up the felon stuff. But then Trump went back at him and said, your son's a felon. I said, touche, checkmate, Trump. His son is a felon, right? And I'm like, how you going to try to tell somebody they a felon, right? And then turn around and say, you're a felon and you got felons in your own family. You know what I'm saying? So he says that Trump aggravated those people. I feel like maybe the people did get fired up, but Trump did not tell them people. Trump said he told them peacefully to go down there and protest, right? A peaceful protest. But those people went down there. I guess they heard we ain't got to do no peaceful protest. We going to do what we want to do. What's up, Victoro? I don't know. Am I single? No, I'm not single, Victoro. So let's move on from January 6th, y'all. That's what they were talking about. Biden also, you know what was troubling with Biden too during this debate? He kept cussing. It wasn't like major bomb like the B word or MF or something like that. He didn't drop like huge bombshells of curse words, right? But he kept cussing. And I was like, why does he keep cussing? You are the president of the United States, sir. You cannot find other vocabulary words to fill up your language over curse words. Like, why are you doing this on a nationally watched broadcasting of the presidential debate? You keep cussing. What are you doing? I was just like, see, something ain't going on. It's something, something is going on in the mental. Why are you cussing like that? What else did he say? He said that Trump has the morals of an alley cat and he has sex with a porn star. I said, when he said that, I said, okay, it's time for Biden to take his medicine and go to bed. Why, if you think he has bad morals, that's one way. Why are we bringing up sex with a porn star? Now, of course, the camera cut over to Trump's face, and he was like, he really not going to say, I had sex with a porn star. And if he did, raise your hand if you done did some crazy mess in your past. I know I have. So why are we still bringing up past stuff? But my past doesn't dictate who I am today. Learning World says men are allowed to have a private life. Thank you. Everybody is allowed to have a private life. What you do in the privacy of your house is your business. Yes, people in general are allowed to have a private life. Absolutely. What you do is your business. Why are we bringing that up? If I was Trump, I would have been like, why are we bringing that up? Sex with a porn star, really? Does that have anything to do with America, with the policies of the American people, what they want answers to? That doesn't have anything to do with that. That's in my past. But of course, because it's Trump, they're going to forever bring up everything he's done in the past as if your past dictates who you are right now. Now, sometimes your past can creep up and create some issues in your present. But if it was stuff when you was young, and you did some things, who hasn't? Name one president who ain't got a past. They all got passes. So, what else? Let's move on. Biden says after that, he says the more that voters know about Trump, the more they will not vote for him. Yeah. The more the voters know about you, they might not vote for you. So the more the voters know, yeah, but y'all not going to really, this is my issue, right, with politics. They're never going to tell you everything about a person that will allow you to make a sound decision, right? They're only going to tell you what will stroke your ego or what you would like to hear. But I'm a verb person, an action person. You got to show me. Show me something. And there was a post that was put out by Shade Room of Biden giving his speech, I guess, at a rally after the debate. And he was saying, I know I'm not a young man anymore, but I can do this job and blah blah blah. Let me tell you something. If Biden was working for a company and this company hired him and told him that he was going to be the CEO of the company, or maybe even the second in command of the CEO, right? And he had 4 years in his position and he didn't do a daggone thing. Guess what? The board members would be meeting trying to fire him. That's what would be happening. And we, the American people, are the board members. And so now we have to decide if we are going to fire this dude because he has not done anything, in my opinion, and y'all could think differently, in 4 years, or are we going to continue to let him keep his job for another 4 years and see if he can figure it out? Ain't nobody got time to be figuring nothing out. So I say, all of that to say, he says he can do the job. I said, boy, you had 4 years. I don't see what you've done. I just don't see it, in my opinion. Now, I don't know everything. Drop in the comments if y'all know something. Replay watchers, if y'all know something that he has absolutely done. He talked about student loan forgiveness. When? I'm sitting on student loans. Now, I'm paying my student loans, right? But if you can forgive some of them, I mean, when? What's the plan? Like, forgive them already. What the heck is going on? But he's still saying they working on it. And I just think it's a bunch of crap. It's a bunch of crap. What else was said? Let's get on down. Hold on, y'all. So Trump comes in and he said, hold on. Biden said that. All right, and that was it with that, with the whole January 6th. They didn't really say anything else. So the next topic was reducing black child care. When they say things like black this or black that, I don't think it's a race attached to it. There are many other races that are struggling out here. Inflation is hitting everybody. They just want to make it always seem like it's the black people. Like, truth be told, I mean, there are just as many white Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, whatever your nationality in, that is suffering out here. It's not just a black thing, but they talked about black child care. So I don't know if they got these questions from people who were of a certain nationality or whatever it was, but they talked about that. They said, how do you plan on reducing black child care? Unemployment is low. Black families should get, okay, wait a minute. Hold on. All right, this is what Biden said about black child care. He said he has reduced black child care. Okay, so the black voters feel like Biden has lied, right? But Biden says that under his lineage, under his term, he has reduced black child care, that unemployment is low, that black families should get a tax credit, and he's saying if they pay their bills for 10 years straight, then student loans should be forgiven. What's up, Isaiah? Democrats or the racists? Thank you very much. I don't know if you asking Democrats or the Republicans. I'm in the middle. I don't know. So Biden is saying all of those things under his leadership is what happened in the black community. And he's saying that if you pay your bills for 10 years and your student loans should be forgiven. I'm going to need that in writing, because I feel like I've been paying my student loans for, it hasn't been 10 years straight, but it's been some time. So I'm going to need it in writing, Biden, that is what you're going to do pertaining to student loans. As far as child care, I have a 20-year-old, so I don't know what the cost of child care is. When my daughter was going to daycare, I think a week I was paying like $130 a week. I think I was paying $130 a week, and that was like, what, 18 years ago, maybe. uh 17 years ago. So I don't even know what child care is now, but I can only imagine as a single parent that child care is high. And what can you do as a single parent? I mean, you got to go to work. You got, if you're the head of your household and you don't have a spouse, you got to go to work. So your child has to go to daycare. So what is the plan? Like, my whole thing with this whole debate, no one came out and said, if I'm elected as president, this is my plan. Dot, 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 dot. They were shooting back and forth rap battles at certain points, but they never really said, and they were, pumping themselves up. This is what happened under my reign. This is what happened under my reign. And I get it. You do want to, big yourself up. But I also want you all to give us a solution. And I would respect you more if you said, you know what, I don't have a solution. I don't. It's messed up out here. But me and my team are going to work very hard to ensure that inflation drops, that childcare is affordable, that American families can live a life again, instead of just having to go to work and do the mundane, paying this, paying that. Because inflation, real talk, does not have to be this high. There are other countries that are living, have a house, they have fun, they go out, they eat and everything, and they are not paying a fraction of what we have to pay over here in America. And it's disheartening that you all sit up here on a debate on this platform given to you, and you can't give us no answers, like nothing. Let's move on, y'all. So we talked about that. Trump says Biden caused inflation. So this is his response when Biden was saying that everything is gravy. This is what I've done, blah, blah, blah. Trump is like, Biden caused inflation by throwing money out the window. He has allowed immigrants to take black jobs. What's a black job? What's a black job? When he said that, I was like, Trump, what's a black job? What? So what? You think what? Restaurant servers, cutting hair, stripping, the pole cleaner, a wig crafter, a makeup artist, cutting a landscaper. What are black jobs? Working at Popeyes, black jobs. What are we talking about, Trump? So are you trying to say that black Americans only work in low paying jobs, sir? I needed him to elaborate. And I ain't no Trump hater, but when he said black jobs, I said black jobs. I said, excuse me? What is a black job? Jobs are jobs, no matter you black, white, Asian, whatever. Stop painting this picture that only black people have these low paying mediocre jobs. Excuse me, sir. We are very successful and intelligent individuals. And I, speaking from one person in the black community, have a very well paying job. So what are you talking about? When he said that, I said, Trump, I'm going to need you to elaborate because they're going to drag you on social media, child. But of course, I think because Trump, the way he was raised, he does not know how to properly articulate what it is that he wants to say. I don't think he meant any harm by it. However, the black community is like, see, look at this racist dude. Like, they don't look at it as that he didn't mean no harm. But because, of course, like I said before, I think for myself, I have a mind for myself. I just believe that sometimes you're ignorant to what hurts another race or somebody else. So you don't really know how to put into words what you're trying to say. Only the person knows their heart. Like, if we have to, I wanted him to elaborate because I want to know his heart, right? Because at the end of the day, y'all can say, but he's Trump, he's done this, he's done that, blah, blah, blah. But he does have a heart, and I believe that he was trying to say it in a way that he was basically saying, the middle class jobs are being taken over by immigrants. And maybe that's what he was trying to say. I'm trying to give him a pass. Because I was like, what's black jobs? But anyway, moving on, y'all. We get to the climate crisis, okay? And then we're going to get into the. Hold on. Did I write down a second lie that Trump said? He said many of them, right? Hold up. Did we talk? Da 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 da. No, we didn't get into. Okay, that wasn't one of the lies that we touched on, right? Okay, so we talking about the climate crisis now. So, Trump says police groups aren't supporting me. Now, I don't know what this got to do with the climate, but this is what he said. He said police groups are supporting him. He got HBCUs funded. He said Biden has lost the minority vote. And he says he does want clean air and clean water. He said under his term, the climate was the cleanest, the water was clean, the air was clean. I said, Trump, you put 20 on 10, sir. We already know that this climate and this environment and this whole earth and world is polluted and nasty. And under your term, sir, I know you maybe wanted to do some climate control things, but it wasn't as euphoric as you're trying to make it seem. But that's what Trump does, and anybody's going to do that. They want to big up themselves, right? So, Biden says that he came up with money for HBCUs. I guess he was responding to Trump, and he said he is starting a climate corp. So y'all know, like Peace Corp or something like that. He's starting something called a climate corp. Now I don't know what that's going to entail. He needs to elaborate on what that means. But basically, I guess he's going to try to get us cleaner air, cleaner water. As long as we have airplanes that need to be fueled, cars that need to be driven, trucks that need to be driven, our air quality is not going to ever be good. It's never going to be the same. And I wish that they would just go ahead and say, you know what, we're moving on in technology and advancing in different ways. We're going to try to lessen the movement of certain things that pollute our air, but in real talk, we're not going to be able to do it because of the way the generation is moving. But nobody is going to really tell the truth. But they're politicians. I mean, they're not going to tell the truth. So if you're waiting to hear a person stroke your ego, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Both of them told some lies on both sides, right? I guess people are just voting for the lie that they believe the most. What's up, Sheila B? They are both terrible. They are both liars. The machine, by any means, is still a machine. I got that now. Absolutely. Know what... Hold on, what's your name? Know what not to decide. The long name. Child, your name is too long. It says, woo, I'm proud to be a centralist independent voter. Okay. Let's go, Bernie. I thought Bernie would have been. Welcome to the live, everybody. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to your girl's channel. I thought Bernie would not have been a bad candidate either. I was rocking with Bernie too. I was like, okay, Bernie. And you can't say it's because Bernie was old, because Biden's 81. So, I mean, really. You laughing because I can't get your name. It says know what. Hold up. Know what. One, the long name. Force the knob. Child, I done tried. I can't. I feel like I'm about to start speaking in tongues when I'm trying to figure out your name. But welcome to the channel. So let's move on, y'all. So they get on to social security. Social security. Biden says he wants to make the wealthy pay their fair share of taxes. He says Trump wants to cut the Social Security. Trump, I don't know what this has to do with Social Security, but Trump came back and says he is allowing immigrants to come in and take Social Security away. So maybe that's what it meant. All right, so I don't... Social Security at this point is not affecting me to a certain degree. However, it is though, because out of my check, they take Social Security out. I'm not so at the Social Security age, right? But the money coming out of my check is funding the elderly now. And if we're doing it in that way, like if each generation is funding the last generation, I'm in trouble because the what is it, the Gen Zers that are working now that I guess is going to fund my Social Security, they don't even want to work. They are being TikTok influencers, YouTubers. They are starting business. I'm not going to have what the elderly have now. He said we're giving them Social Security to all the people coming into America. Right now, if you have actually come into this country and you have done it the right way and you are a U.S. citizen, my hat is off to you. You should get the benefits that a citizen should get because you have done things the right way. I think Trump's issue is that he's allowing this border to be open and immigrants are just walking in, living here illegally. So now they've been here for maybe, say, 20 years, for example, and they've had children and everything. Now their children were born here, so they are citizens, right? And so their children, of course, have these rights and things like that. And the parents, they end up taking care of their parents at a certain point. Their parents are living under the radar still illegally. And I don't think an illegal immigrant should have the same rights as a U.S. citizen. I just don't. If you did not do the proper paperwork and if you didn't get it the right way, you should not be allowed to have the same benefits that I have. I feel like that is flawed and messed up. But inflation is going up because there's so many people that are here illegally. And now we have to expand our food, expand our living, expand everything because there are people coming here. I don't care what no one says. There is no way that I could go to, say, Mexico, for example, right now and set up shop and not become a citizen of that country. The U.S. is the only country that just let people come on in. We love you. Come on in. It's like, why? Get some type of decency and order. We don't need no chaos. But it's so many of them over here at this point. How do we even begin to figure out who's legal or illegal? You would have to go house to house and be like, show me your birth certificate type situation. But at this point, it's so out of control. What can you do? You can't do nothing. And I believe Biden, as of lately, has just let a lot of immigrants come over here because he wants them to vote for him. He even made a statement and said he was trying to expedite paperwork for immigrants who are married to a U.S. citizen who don't have the proper paperwork. He was trying to expedite it really quickly so that they can have their paperwork. Why was he doing that? Why is he trying to do that? Because he wants the vote. He wants the vote. It's all about scratching backs here. Like, he don't care. He don't care. So what else went on? So they talked about that. Let's move on. Child care again. They went back to that. They said that one child in child care costs $11,000. I said, yeesh, a year for one child. For two children, they said that it is more than someone's rent. Now, these were the people that were overseeing the debate. They were giving facts, right? It is unreal. So they're asking them, what do they plan on doing about something like that? Neither one of them gave an answer. They can't do nothing. They can't do nothing about it. They cannot do nothing. Trump said Biden wants to pick up immigrants as voters. What'd he lie about? What's going on? Hold on, I can't see. DMV. Does that say DMV? Shots? I think. Talk, sister. Thank you, brother. What'd he lie about? Trump said Biden wants to pick up voters. Let's just keep it 100. What else? So they asked the question, right? They said, Trump, if Biden wins, will you not say that the vote was rigged? Will you understand it? Will you accept it and everything? And Trump, it took like 3 times for them to ask this question, right? They not doing nothing. So Trump says if the election is fair, right, and free, He says that yes, I will accept it, but he says under Biden's reign, he's going to drive us into World War III. What y'all think about that? Huh? Y'all know, right, that they just passed a law that says that males 18 to 25 has to enlist in the military. They have to. It used to be that way back, I think, in the 50s, 60s, something like that. That after you graduated high school, like you had to enlist. But the U.S. has been lax about it for a long time. But now they just passed a law saying that they have to enlist. And even if they don't, if they register to vote, that's going to automatically enlist them. That's scary. That's, say you are a male that's saying, when I graduate high school, I want to go to college and I want to be a doctor and blah blah blah, and they are saying no, you're going to enlist in the military. Does that mean they're going to get drafted? Maybe not, but 9 times out of 10, the way things are looking, we might go into a war and they're going to need to build up the army for that war. Shot says selective service at 18 years. Yeah, that's scary. That's scary for those young guys. Like, they got dreams of their own, but because the U.S. I'm proud to be an American, don't get me wrong, but the next thing I'm about to say is, some people might be like, what the heck? The U.S. is greedy, man. And they're going to make you serve them, even if you don't want to. Not saying you hate your country, but you might not want to. You might have dreams to do something else. And then, what about the parents? If I would have had a child that was between them ages, a male child, I would be terrified. Not saying everyone that goes to the military dies, but if you're on the front line, which 9 times out of 10, they're going to put you on the front line because they're going to be at a war, you might lose your life. That is terrifying for a mother, for parents. It's just, oh, gosh. What's up, Gonzalez? It says, service should be for all the population, both male and female should be enlisted. Now, wait a minute. It should be. I agree with you. However, my 42-year-old self is not going in nobody's war. I'm not enlisted nowhere. I feel like it needs to be an age cut off. All right, so let's move on, right? Biden says, hold on. Biden called Trump a whiny crybaby. I was like, oh, Lord, now we about to get petty. So I was like, they need to wrap it up. So this is Biden. So we get to the final words, right? Let's get to the final words that they both said. So at the end of the debate, they both had final words. So Biden's final words was, under his, if he is elected president, he will have a fair tax system. He will have cheaper child care, and he will fight to bring down inflation. Those were the 3 points out of everything that's going on in the world that he said he's going to focus on. I was like, dang. You had a closing argument, and the only thing you said was, I'm going to have a fair tax system, lower child care, and fight to bring down inflation. Who is his people? Why didn't they write him this award-winning, tear-jerking closing argument? What? Then we get Trump. His final words was, he is going to make the country safe again under Biden's reign. But we have had 3 years of failed economic systems. He said no one respects Biden. And he said he's going to make America great again. Now, I ain't saying Trump's speech was this grandiose, tear-jerking moment. However, saying them things that he said made me think for real, you know what? He got a point. Biden has failed, in my opinion, for 3 years. America does need to be made great again. We do need to be able to, because Trump made a point during the debate, because he said we need to get the oil that's under our feet. You know, America has oil. Why are we outsourcing to these other countries that's raising our gas prices every other day? We have oil right here in the US. Why can't we use our own resources? Why can't we put more jobs to Americans? Why can't we take care of our vets? Why is homelessness a thing in the most powerful country? Because that's what US claims, right? Why is homelessness a thing? Why can we not help our own people instead of going out here and helping these other countries? Why? It's so disheartening. Learning the World says, you mean military enlistment for women. Are you crazy, Benston? And I am a man. Listen, Benson feels that way. I agree with you, Learning World. Ain't nobody trying. Let me tell you something. Because I'm a punk. Because I'm a run. let a bullet start flying. Let me tell you something. I'm hiding behind whatever I can find. I am not military minded. No, ma'am. I love my country and I love my military and I thank you all for your service. But me, no, I'm not the one. I'm not the one. But after their closing arguments, I mean, and hey, I guess you have to sit down and really meditate and choose who it is you're gonna go for. And anybody, and they had a discussion of certain political figures after the debate, and a lot of them that were on the Democratic side, they are very nervous. They said this was the worst they have seen Biden from the beginning to the end. They said it was just horrible. You know what I think they're going to try to do, and this is just me. I think if Biden does win, right, God forbid, I'm not trying to kill the man off, but let's just be honest. He's 81, right? And some people are living into their 90s. So I'm not saying, he's going to die. But in the event that something happens to him where he can't carry on, Kamala is going to just walk right on into the president title. However, she is going to have a hard road because the world isn't ready for a female president and a female president, a black female president. And I love my black women. However, they are not going to let that woman do a job. I do not. So I feel like she is pulling the strings behind the scene. They're pumping Biden full of medications and making sure he looks as strong as he can at his age. But behind the strings, Kamala is running the country, I believe. That's just something to think about. That's just the way my mind works sometimes. I don't think we're ready for a female president. Not yet. Don't throw tomatoes at me, ladies, but that's just my thought behind it. But a black female president? Let me tell you something. Them men is not about to try to listen to her. They shoot. No, ma'am. All right, y'all. Let me just finish out cause some people challenged me on my last video and they said Trump ain't lied. So I said, well, let me go look it up. And I already gave y'all the one thing we talked about January 6th, right? And so then Trump said that Biden wants to raise your taxes by four times the amount. And the fact is, Biden actually wants to prevent tax increases on anyone making less than $400,000, which is the majority of taxpayers. Now, these facts are coming from apnews.com. Not my thinking. I looked it up. So, second lie. Probably second lie or third lie, right? Okay. Fourth one. Hold up. about the abortion. Trump is saying it's radical because they will take the life of a child in the 8th and 9th month and even after birth. That's what Trump has said during the debate. The fact is, Trump is referring to infacitate. I'm probably saying that wrong, which is criminalized in every state, and no state has passed that law that allows killing a baby after birth. Okay, not only that, in 2020, less than 1% of abortions were performed after 21 weeks. Later, abortions are only formed if it threatens the woman's life. So Trump was saying that, electing Biden, they're up here doing abortions in the 8th and 9th month of pregnancy and stuff like that. So that was lie number like maybe 4. And there were several others on AP News. If y'all want to check out those other falsifications that Trump had did, what's up, Joey? Go ahead and click onto AP News, because they had a list of them. They also had a list of Biden's mistruths as well. The only thing I wrote down really was that he lied about insulin being $400. Under Medicaid, people who are on insulin are paying like $35. Biden says under Trump's reign, it was like $400. So that was a lie that Biden had told. But Trump, he did a little bit more lying. But both of them lied. You know what I'm saying? Both of them had mistruths. To round up the debate, nobody really gave me any type of security to make me feel as if they were going to lead our country for the next 4 years into the right direction. Just to be real, I mean, I really am torn. I ain't even going to say I'm torn, right? I don't think I'm voting for Biden. Let's just keep it 100. Because of the way he presented himself, the stuttering, the repeating stuff over and over again, the way that he has led this country thus far, I can't see myself voting for him again. I'm sorry. I just can't. I don't think I can. And I ain't saying I'm voting for Trump either. I might do a write-in, child. I just do not know. I'm torn. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Are y'all torn? Are y'all left or right? Are y'all independent? Gosh, it was a rough debate. I mean, it was quite entertaining. I did take the notes and I gave y'all the best that I got, but I don't know, y'all. I do not know. I wouldn't vote for Biden. What's up? Yeah, Learning World, I agree. I can't do it. And some of my friends might be like, ugh, so you gonna vote for Trump? You know how people just... This is not a dictatorship. We have our own minds. So don't let your family, friends, or anybody tell you, if you want to vote for Trump, vote for Trump, okay? You are your own person. You can decide your own mind and life and all of that. I don't like the fact of this generation feels like you got to go with the popular thing. And if you stand out and you're not with the popular and the majority, then you're against them. And they don't, that's unfortunate. I don't like it. I don't like how people want you to agree with them. Like they'll say things like get out and vote. Okay, but their mindset is get out and vote for Biden because we don't like Trump. Who is we? Y'all cannot make me feel the same way that you feel. I am an individual. I have my own thoughts, my own mind. God made me different. He made every one of us different. So don't let nobody try to make you feel bad if you vote for Trump. If you vote for Trump, you vote for Trump. If you vote for Biden, you vote for Biden. At the end of the day, it's about what you feel. Who do you think is going to be the best candidate for the United States? And if you feel like it's going to be Trump, then vote for him. Who cares if he's a felon? We all have done some stuff. Oh gosh. Ooh, if y'all want to vote for the old man, vote for the old man. Who cares if Biden is freezes up and glitches? Biden like a computer system. He always freezing and glitching. It reminds me of the movie Get Out. If y'all haven't seen Get Out, when the guy he took the flash and the guy froze and stuff. Biden has been doing that a lot lately. And so even if Biden had better policies, right, I'm concerned about, is he capable physically and mentally to lead a whole country for another 4 years? Like, they have to. I know they're thinking the same thing I'm thinking too. Like, I know I'm not the only one that's concerned about this man being capable to lead a country. A country. We ain't talking about, is he going to be capable to lead a state or a city, a country. Child, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, though. Thank y'all for tuning in to this live. I really enjoyed talking with you all. Replay watchers, what's up, y'all? Go ahead and make sure y'all like this video, comment, and subscribe. Let me know y'all thoughts. Make sure y'all keep it respectful in the comments. Whichever way you go, I do not delete anyone's comment if they do not agree with me. I will comment and we can have a discussion. But I let everybody be who they are and have their own thoughts and opinions. As long as it's respectful and it's not disrespectful, then I will keep your comments. What's up, Determined 47? I played myself voting for Biden never again. Shall you and me both. You and me both. I think a lot of people are feeling like they played themselves voting for Biden the first time. I think at this point they feel like, you know what? I'm going to swing back the other way. Or I'm not going to vote at all. What's up, yay? Is it yay or ye? Trump 2024. So I feel like people do feel like they played themselves the first time. I don't know. But that's all I got, y'all. I'm gonna come back next Sunday and we are going to discuss I'm gonna give y'all reviews from different shows that I'm currently watching on Netflix, documentaries, and we're gonna talk about it. What's up, Denise? My cousin Kirk stopped me and my what? Wait a minute, what? Stopped me in my eyeball. Denise, I don't know what's going on in your household, but I'm praying that you be safe and get safe. But anyway, y'all, next week on Sunday, Lord willing, I'm going to come back and I'm going to review the documentary on Netflix called Tell Them That You Love Me. I don't know if you all have seen it, but go watch it because we're going to get into it. It is a very interesting documentary. It had my mouth open the whole time. I was like, people are truly sick in this world, but we are going to talk about it. So if you haven't seen it and you have Netflix, go ahead and watch it. Next Sunday, we're going to talk about Tell Them That You Love Me. And yeah, y'all, I can't wait because it was a really interesting documentary. I love documentary. And it just really, really is going to have your mouth open. I'm telling you. So if you got Netflix, go ahead and watch it. I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy it. And until we meet next week, which will be on Sunday at 5 p.m., go ahead and make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you like the video and that you comment in the comment section. I love y'all so much. I hope y'all have a happy and blessed Sunday until we meet again, which will be next week. Bye.